everyone, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. So today I am coming at you with my January TBR. New year, super excited. Let's just jump in. So the first book I have is The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. I'm re-entering my Eliot era. This is a buddy read with a bunch of people. We were talking in the Victorian literature group chat in Kate House Patreon, and a bunch of us wanted to read this, so we got together and decided we would do it. We're reading about 2 chapters a day, hence all the tabs, and I'm about 4 chapters in. I'm really loving it so far. Her nature writing is just superb, and the dialogue and the characters so far are just larger than life, so I really think I'm gonna like this, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes. Next is a carryover from, gosh, maybe November. I'm really behind on this one, and that's Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. This is for my Dickens project, and I actually broke my own rules and skipped Barnaby Rudge and Martin Chuzzlewit. I tried starting Barnaby Rudge like 4 times and I just could not get into it. It just wasn't meshing with me at the time. And I feel like Martin Chuzzlewit would be kind of the same way. And then a couple people, again in Kate House Victorian literature chat, mentioned reading Dombey and Son. And I know Katie from Books and Things really liked this. Kate Howe really likes this. I've really only heard good things about this one, so I decided I wanted to jump on that train as well. One person has already finished. Everyone else is kind of at different points. I am about a 4th-ish of the way through, but so far I am really enjoying this. Dombey's son isn't my favorite. He doesn't really have a personality, but all the other characters in this book have been wildly entertaining, so I'm hoping that they will carry me through. I just hope I love this so much because I have it so hyped, so we'll see. I don't have an end date in mind as to when I will finish this. I would like to do like a chapter a day, but that's probably not gonna happen because it's usually all or nothing with me. So I'm gonna sit on this for like a month and then completely devour it in like a weekend. We'll see how it goes, but so far I'm enjoying it. Next is also a carryover from December, and that is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. In Tiffany's Patreon, we decided that it would be fun to reread Lord of the Rings in 2024, and so in preparation for that, a bunch of us read The Hobbit in December. I don't even remember how many times I've read this, maybe 6 or 7 times, maybe more, but it's just like coming home every time. I've really been enjoying reading this copy. I think this book just gets better on every reread, so I'm very much looking forward to finishing this so that I can jump into The Fellowship of the Ring. I also have the copy by the same publisher that did the illustrated Lord of the Rings, so I may flip back and forth so that I can see those illustrations. This one's more like Bible pages almost, but it's so easy to transport. And I don't remember how many times I've read this one either, maybe 4 or 5. It's been a couple years since I read this one last, but again, just like coming home, I'm really looking forward to rereading this with a group because I don't think I've ever buddy read it with people. I've just read it on my own, so I think it'll be really fun, and I'm looking forward to being back with the Fellowship and all their adventures. Next, I have another carryover. There's a theme going on here, and that's House of Chains by Stephen Erickson. This is book 4 in Malazan. I have got to quit leaving so much time between each book. It's worked out okay so far because the timeline has been like, some happened simultaneously and then one happened like previously. I just printed out a timeline and kept it in my book, so there's that. But I'm about 40% of the way through. I would really like to read this one and then Midnight Tides and Bonehunters this year, minimum. I don't know if I can keep up one a month, but I would at least like to read a couple this year instead of just one a year. I'm not liking this one as much as Deadhouse Gates or Memories of Ice. The majority of what I've read so far was a single point of view from Karsto Orlong, which is a really hard character to like. And I've seen so many people say, you know, even if they didn't like him, you know, he has a really good arc. So I'm interested to see where it goes, and we'll just see how I like it. So I've got to finish this soon. The next book is The Infinite by Ada Hoffman. This is book 3 in the Outside trilogy. Basically, it's set in this world where AIs or quantum computers have basically become like gods and they rule everything, and things seem to be going okay until some energy is disobeying the laws of physics and kind of collapsing in on itself and causing chaos, and the story goes from there. I read the first 2 within a couple days, which, if you know me, I'm horrible at finishing series, especially in a timely manner, but they captivated me so much and the plot was so gripping that I had to keep reading, and so I read them back to back. And I'm about 30% of the way through The Infinite. I'm really liking it. I'm interested to see how it's going to tie up and see how the plot threads weave in together. But yeah, really enjoying it. So I think I'm really going to enjoy the rest of the book, and that'll be one series completed in 2024. Look at me go. So the next book is Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is book 1 in the Final Architecture trilogy, and this is a Discord buddy read on Alan's Discord from the Library of Alexandria. I recently finished the Children of Time series and really enjoyed it, and this one has been on my radar for quite a while. So basically, it's a huge epic space opera. Humanity is on the brink of extinction, and apparently one man and his discovery might save them. We'll see. That's all I really know about it. That's all I want to know about it. I know there's going to be some cool sci-fi concepts and epic world building. It's a space opera. That's a huge buzzword for me. So I think I'm really going to enjoy it. I also plan on reading The Silvered Serpents by Roshni Chokshi. This is book 2 in the Gilded Wolves trilogy. I reread Gilded Wolves last month, really enjoyed it. I'd forgotten a majority of the story since the last time I read it, the year it came out, so maybe 2019 maybe. So it's been quite a while. Really enjoyed it, so I'm interested to see where the plot goes because I have not read The Silvered Serpents or The Bronze Beasts. Next is Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope. I made it about 30% of the way through before I DNF'd this toward the end of last year. I just got to a section where it just got really repetitive and it just wasn't really working for me. So I soft DNF'd it to put it down to pick it back up later. This is book 2 in the Barchester series by Anthony Trollope. I really did enjoy the Warden. I'm really trying to make it through this so that I can get to the buddy read in February with Tiffany and Penny for Dr. Thorne, and I have been eagerly looking forward to Dr. Thorne. Everybody seems to love that book. So Penny told me that it sounds like I'm in like a tough part right now, but it'll pick back up again soon. I have, I think, about 200-ish pages left, so really not that much. I also need to continue reading Arcanum Unbounded, which is by Brandon Sanderson, and it's basically just a collection of short stories and novellas set in the Cosmere, and this is for the Great Cosmere Long, which I am helping co-host along with the creator Roger from Rogers Reads, Jesse from The Bookish Mom, and Angela from Literature Science Alliance. I've already read Mistborn Secret History, so I don't have to reread that, and then we're reading Edge Dancer along with Words of Radiance later this year, so I really don't have a huge chunk of this book left, and Sanderson's always a really quick read, so I need to finish that hopefully next week. And finally, I need to start and read a good chunk of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 1 in the Stormlight Archive. This is part of the Great Cosmere Long as well. So we're reading this and discussing it sometime in February. I believe the live show is going to be on my channel, and I will keep everybody posted with all the details. You can also join Roger's Discord, which I'll link down below, and we update there, and you can have discussion there if you want to talk about the book. I've only read this once, so I'm really excited to reread it. The last time I read it was 2020 for Stormalong 2020, which my friend Christy co-hosted with a bunch of other booktubers. And the fun thing about this is not only are we going to have a discussion for this on my channel, but Christy from Christy Lewis Dostoevsky in Space and Victoria from Musical Bookworm are hosting a bunch of fun events in conjunction with the Great Cosmere. So it'll be Stormalong 2024. I am very much looking forward to rereading this because I know I've forgotten a lot, but it'll be nice to have reread all 4 books in preparation for the 5th book that's coming out at the end of this year. So quite a huge TBR, but I think it's doable, especially because some of these bigger ones I don't have to finish this month. We'll just see how it goes. I'm trying to be better about my reading and my channel this year, now that things have calmed down at work somewhat. I have energy to do things now. It's great. So are you planning on reading any of these with us, or have you read any of these? If so, let me know down below. If you'd like to leave an emoji, leave some kind of mountain or earth emoji. I just finished The Hobbit last night, so the Lonely Mountain is on my brain. As always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.